Just a little overview of adding proper FPV to this EACHINE E110 cheapy toy helicopter. You can see the aerial out the back from the Wi-Fi lead, which is terrible. Right, so what you see here is the Wi-Fi board, which is also the camera controller board, tucked in just in front of the flight control board. And that leads to a little aerial there, linear aerial at the back there. Here's the board, your better view of it, which is not a bad board. It's quite a clever designer board, but it's really not an FPV board. And that's that's the whole connection. It has 3 connections. You've got your power, which is the negative and the positive. And then you've got this third lead, which I believe is just like a signal from control board to start working the video. And here's a close-up of the camera, which is embedded in this little clip, which can undo with 2 screws at the back. And to fit the ANT camera in, you need to remove these screw holes here and here. And the lens is a bit too big, so you have to drill this out with a step drill. Here's the final setup. Power from the boost board goes to the camera and the VTX, and the video from the camera goes into the transmitter. Camera, power, and just a link through. Weights coming out was just under 3 grams. Weight going in was just over 6. With that board, which was an EACHINE NanoVTX board, which I destroyed, unfortunately. Here's the antenna out the back. Looks a little bit more chunky, and the camera sticks forward through the housing, which is why you have to use the step drill. All wrapped up in Kapton tape to stop any chance of shorts, and Kapton tape is also heat resistant. And there's a view of the camera as put in. A little drop of hot glue just secures that inside. And then when I turned it on, I had nasty burning smells. And it was all down to the power boost board, which I thought was set to 5 volts, but it was actually set to 12. Which was way too much for the VTX, which destroyed it. And it's because the 2 connectors are actually come set as 12 volts. There's no instructions with these boards. And what you need to do is wipe off these 0 volt resistor links. Just wipe them off with a soldering iron. And that gives you the right voltage. I connected the voltage straight to the back of the battery connector. And tucked everything in. So the boost board goes in the slot where the old controller board was. I also broke the lug that connects the nose together. The camera fits back in the original position with the lens sticking forward. And then you run the cables to the back. There's your power to the VTX and the yellow, which is the video connector. And you can just about get that VTX in the back there, like so. It's a tight fit, but it does fit. And then I added some holes in the back just to add some ventilation for the VTX, just to make certain it didn't melt the plastic.